Yeah, you guys got into a stream early. You got here before I did. Shit. Figures only only I would come late to my own stream. Come late to my own stream. Be late for my own funeral. All that shit. Can't be bothered with details. You got a notification went out. Who? It was probably an accident. She was Susan. For any of you who got a notification, Susan sends her apologies. She didn't mean to. Hey, Morgan, good to see you. And Tyson and Christopher and Chris with a Glock. Yo. Haku, Mia, Alexandria, Ty. Yeah, I like doing. The only thing was today we're doing two streams, Alexandria, was because one of the things I've been trying to look into, because you guys tipped me off to it, that might be some small part of the issues with notifications, is YouTube doesn't like to give out more than a couple a day. So today I figured, okay, I won't post the video. I can post videos tomorrow because I'm going to be doing two streams. So let's see if notifications were any better. So let's see. Barry says, just had nightmare of Biden taking oath of office. Let's see. You guys know where I stand on that. My fear is it's not going to be good for us as presidency. My hope is that I'm wrong. That's the only place you can. That's the only way I know to put it. My space time. I still like that screen name. I was in here before the notification even went out, so it was bored. There will be a lot of lame sex jokes today if you haven't caught on. Well, Lex doesn't differ from any other day that much then, really. Have I seen Gotham? No, I have not. Draken Page? I haven't. Hong turns into a Biden bash, I bet 4 minutes. And not from me. Like I say, I'm not going to bash him because I'm honestly hoping things go well. I just policy-wise, I don't see it happening. I think you're going to see a lot of inflation and a lot of economic downturn. Hey, Lick says, I had a dream where politics stuff happened today. Good thing it didn't. You got both notifications, Brian? Yeah, maybe Susan got laid. I don't know, but I don't even know if that's enough to inspire her. Who took that bullet for the team? Kyle says, I'm fun. You can talk about me. You don't want to invite that, Kyle. We're good at making stuff up. Yeah, I'm with you, Jack. He says, you want to see a lame sex joke? Look in my pants. Yeah. After this many years, though, that joke stops being funny. Ryan May student says, 2020 tutorial complete. Level 1, begin. No, that was I just thought that would be, I don't have a ton of time to stream because it's obviously later in the day and everything. But I thought that might be fun. You guys know what I do for fun. Well, porn, obviously. But I mean, Disney World is our big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Time spent with family. I'm just curious what you guys what your fun things are that you enjoy as much, gaming, whatever it might be. Money in my mind says, only 4 years till Curtis 2024. I'm wet. I'm a man. I welcome Curtis. Kyle says, bring it on. Still feeling okay, Lex? As you don't know, Lex contracted COVID. But last we talked, well, just yesterday, the day before, right, Lex? Said she was doing pretty good symptom-wise. Barry says, I apologize for my recent tardiness. I've been doing a lot of sleeping recently. Whoa, sometimes 12 to 16 hours a day, but I've been getting notifications. Yeah, I hope everything's okay, pal. Isaac says, Curtis, I woke up today and all my sticky stuff in my emergency jar was gone. Do you know anything about that? All right, which one of you guys is in Isaac's emergency sticky stuff jar? Come on, we've had to have conversations about this before now. You guys got to stay out of people's sticky stuff jars. Don't be stealing people's official sticky stuff fanny packs. It's wrong, naughty. I watch Korean dramas and write. Yeah, Morgan's actually got something. She sponsored something this month in the Korean vein. I'm over at the Goosh. I'm anxious to see that. Jenga, Lick says. Gaming and
Oh,
anime. Yeah, well, of
yeah.
course, me too. Especially with, well, especially with the anime. There's nothing certainly day to day I enjoy more than the anime. Goose Wolverine says check last post. Brax abuse stream when. Let's see. I had I've had a few cups of Cuban grade coffee. I apologize for anything I may say or do. Morgan took it, and Big Green, and Lude. Everybody was in. Jack says, "Which Isaac? I took a lot of sticky stuff today." Jesus Christ, Isaac! It was everybody. You guys got it. Well, because see, that's almost communistic. You guys are trying to turn this into a situation where the sticky stuff is to be shared equally among everybody, and that's not the case. Sticky stuff ownership is very important. No communism. Kyle says the thing I found fun recently is making content for my YouTube Twitch channels. I love streaming, editing videos. Yeah, editing gets for me. Editing gets to be doldrum sometimes, but yeah, streaming is it. Streaming and watching anime and watching Meat Candy and stuff like that. Yeah, those are the cherries on top. Editing is like,
Oh, yeah.
Barry says, does sticky stuff go bad? Asking for my surplus. It potentially can, Berries. The higher quality
Oh,
stuff tends to last
yeah.
longer. Like the Friday sticky stuff has almost zero expiration. It just goes and goes and goes. And that just sounded gross. Monday sticky stuff, not a long shelf life. That's why sometimes I have to infuse it with other things. Infuse it. I like the word infuse. I don't know why. I just think it's a cool word. Chrome says reading. I counted up the total cost for my manga collection recently at about 4,000 pounds worth of manga volumes. Nice. Take a guess at how many volumes that is. A volume is around 7 to 10 pounds. Wow. Wow. So we're talking in the neighborhood of 400, 450, 460? Yikes. You know how people are about communism in the 2020s. That's true, Big Green. Barry says sticky stuff ownership is all down to who has the most fanny packs hold the sticky stuff. No fanny packs, no sticky stuff. Many fanny packs, lots of sticky stuff. I don't make rules, but that's them. Good point, Barry's. Because if you don't have the official sticky stuff fanny pack, you're only able to take in the sticky stuff in the here and now at the end of the streams, and then it's like, oh, it's all gone and I don't have any extra, and it becomes sad, like, a Naruto backstory or something. Big Green says, that's for fun. I'm waiting on packages for new figures I bought. I don't know if it counts for fun, but they're fun to look at least. I think that counts as fun. Like these clowns over here. I take a lot of fun, a lot of joy in those. Yeah, I think that's fun. Nate the Great says, wait, do I still get sticky stuff? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's low on supplies. But don't worry, Nate. When the sticky stuff starts flowing, it covers everybody's umbrellas. Jesus Christ. Some of the imagery we're coming up with today is just like, whew. Rick says, fanny pack, bitch, please. I got a pickup truck. Oh, I got some, well, not big updates, but you guys were helping me decide what to do, of course, on the whole potential for getting that Disney Channel rolling and going down to Florida to get content like a week a week every month. Now, I had talked to you guys, and I had been looking into the condos and apartment rentals down there. And there were some decent ones. It looked okay. The big thing with me is I'd be recording videos there too, so I have to be really careful about noisy apartments. If the walls are thin and stuff like that, it isn't going to work. So I was hedging what to do, and then all of a sudden, it dawned on me, because sometimes, to rent a place was going to cost probably $2,200 to $2,300 a month to rent a decent place down there. And that was significant, but it's like, okay, that's what I was going to be up against. And then it dawned on me, we're annual pass holders at Disney, so we get the annual pass holder offers. Like a dummy, if I'm just going down like 1 week a month to get content, the fucking smart thing to do is not rent a condo at $2,200 a month. It's to go down and just stay on Disney's property for that week. With the discounts we get being pass holders, that cost me about $600-700 as opposed to 2,400 for an apartment. Duh. I can't believe that I put you guys all through that, explaining how everything was going and where I'm looking at it. It's like, and it never even set into me before. Now, if at some point my wife and I, as we get older, we want to move down there, that's an entirely different thing. But for now, just to get content for the channel, what a dumbass I am sometimes. BTG says, funds anime waifus in your area want to frick. In California, that'll get you a 1-bedroom if you're lucky. Same in the city here, Andrew, down in New York City. Yeah, same. They only canceled the annual passes at Disneyland. Disney World still has them. And I think that was just out of, Disneyland's in trouble with having to have been closed for months and months and months. No, Disney World, they're still viable. And they're actually moving that division of the company from California to Florida. So we can assume it's going to thrive there. Oh, Chrome, she says, didn't even think of suggesting that because I thought you'd already considered Disney's resort. You would think I would have. And I looked it up, and again, I'm thinking about trying to make the first trip down. And to stay at Pop Century, which is my favorite of the low-cost resorts, for the days I want to be there, like I said, it would cost me about between $600 and $700. And in that time, I can get tons and tons of footage to bring back home with me and make videos. And that's as opposed to $2,200 or $2,400 for an apartment that I'm not even familiar with, don't know what the noise level is going to be and stuff. And with Disney, already having stayed on site so many times, I'm confident I can work it out there, because even I can shoot right from within the hotel room. There's plenty of room for that. But even beyond that, with all the different resorts, there are nice quiet places, no matter what the resort is. We could go set up outside in the nice California weather to shoot some of the reaction videos for you guys in a different locale. And yeah, like I say, sometimes it amazes me that stuff comes to me that slowly. I don't know. The apartment seems like a good deal. Yeah. I don't. It dawned on me later that night, because I was up almost most of the night thinking about it, trying to get this square in my head, and it's like, God damn, you're dumb sometimes. Barry says, I'll be your roommate. Get sticky stuff from Source. Isaac says, I'm gonna steal Curtis's ball, so all the sticky stuff can be mine. I'll sell the sticky stuff for an inflated rate, since you guys want to raid and steal my sticky stuff like it's the Capitol or Walmart. You won't need a very big bag to carry Curtis's balls that you've stolen. That's a good thing, especially at my age now. Shrivelage. Guru says, Wolverine says, don't Miles get first dibs for what you said. Well, I'm not even talking right now about bringing anybody down, but sure, absolutely, because that wouldn't change anything in that respect. If I'm going to be renting a room at a resort anyway, it doesn't cost me anything extra to bring someone else in. So yes, if we can start doing that, where I can look into maybe bringing people down with me, that it doesn't change that at all. Do you think there will be any issues with filming in the parks? Oh, it goes on every day, Shelby. Every day. Disney World loves it. They the biggest content creators, video makers, streamers down there, Disney gives them perks all the time to come into the parks and do things. Like if they have some new big event coming up, Disney will invite them in for it. When they open new resorts, they'll invite the YouTube content creators into the when they're first premiering the resort and everything, to the media days. Oh yeah, Disney's all about it. Again, that's well, they're litigious, but they're not dumb. That's on Disney's part. That's brilliant. That's free advertising. Somebody else is doing all the work, doing all the posting of everything, and it's pure free advertising for Disney World. Lou says, speaking of, since Wolf's not here, I can claim victory for the position of Channel Disney Princess. Now, where's my damn dress? I better get all the dibs. Chrome says, the other things I do are cooking, gaming, and art, like the donuts I made recently and playing this Gaia 4. That's coming up at the Goose too. Actually, BTG sponsored. He's putting his two game sponsorships together, so we'll have a long version of this Gaia 4 this month, and then a long version of Horizon Zero Dawn next month. Yeah, this guy is fun. Yeah, like Chrome says, Disney's smart about that. Why, and some companies do it well. Nintendo, look at the things Nintendo has done to gaming streamers, and content creators. But Disney's like, fuck yeah, you want to come in here and give us literally millions of dollars worth of free advertising? Oh, okay, we're good with that. Oh, it's funny. Rosalina brought up the Rosalina Great Minds thing. She says the exact same thing. If only Nintendo could have the same attitude to content creators as did. Right. I mean, Disney's just playing the smart game. What the fuck? That's completely free advertising. Completely free. No cost to them. And same with Nintendo, but they're two fucking... But we know that those goddamn Japanese companies, look what they've tried to do. Look what they were able to do here at the channel. And not once were they ever to beat me in a copyright claim. They just try to be such a nuisance to get people to stop, not realizing that if the reaction videos are done right, it does nothing but promote your product. Because nobody is watching those videos unless they've already seen the original. And all it does is bring people back around. Hell, I've got literally thousands of comments that can prove that it brings people back around to watching series again. Sean says you could earn a few bucks for representing Disney. Well, that's what it is. You guys know how much I love Disney, and I think I'll see what you guys would think of this too. I'm thinking as I go down, the one thing I've noticed about Disney content creators is it's mostly all long form videos. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but like a Tim Tracker is a good example. I think he's a really, and he and allears.net are my favorite Disney content creators. But the thing is, like, I thought it would make more sense to make a lot of shorter videos on specific topics. Like, there is a litany of different specialty snacks at Disney World. So if you watch one of the long form videos and you see a certain snack that you think is cool, well, now you want to go back and find it. You're never going to find it in a search or anything because it's part of a long form video, just something they did that day. So the name of the snack or the whatever it is that you wanted to revisit isn't in the title. So I'm thinking of doing a lot of videos that are very short form that are specific to individual snacks, individual shops, individual items, individual lines of items. So when people are searching it or want info on it, they can find it directly. Chrome says, Nintendo isn't as bad as people claim. Honestly, the Smash Tournament thing is a lot more complicated than people claim. There's a lot of good reasons Nintendo is pretty distant with that community. Yeah, but they besides that, Chrome, they've done other things too that I thought have been kind of odd. They are definitely overreaching or have a long arm when it comes to concerns about their content being displayed when it's gameplay content. I mean, outside of the whole Smash Tournament thing and everything. I just don't get that. There is no downside to them for having that type of content out there. I don't get why they have the issues they do. I love your Meat Canyon reaction. Well, thanks, Ethan. I appreciate that. Having just recently discovered Meat Canyon, he's so goddamn good. That type of creepy humor is so in my wheelhouse. The Angry Video Game Nerd. I've heard of him going nowhere. I don't know if I've ever watched his I'm trying to remember. No, I don't think I've ever watched his videos. I know who he is. I've heard of him, but I don't think I've ever seen any of his stuff. A long, spindly meat canyon arm. Grasses. Grasses on very wrong, says. Jack says, the only reason I like Nintendo is because of Pokemon. I I told you guys before, I think Spaz Kid was telling me, I think Brax was telling me, didn't they do some improvements to Pokemon Go? Because I was actually having fun with Brax. Him and I were having a blast with that when it first came out, but it just got boring. I just thought, I had heard they did some things to spice up the game again. I don't know if I'd want to try it again or not, but it seems like it might be fun. Lick says Nintendo are making a lot of oopsie whoopsies lately. Yeah, the Japanese companies in general, just to me anyway, seem to have an odd way of looking at things when it comes to promotion of their products. Like Disney illustrates with the streamers and video makers that are down there, anything that gets your word out is a good thing. I mean, especially with gameplays. Nobody is going to watch someone else play a game and say, well, I've already seen somebody play it, so I'm not going to buy the game. It's only going to work the opposite way, so I don't get it. Tyler says YouTube has its only videos that are particular length get more ads and gets recommended more than shorter videos. That's true, Tyler. Yeah, you're right. The longer videos do get recommended more often, but it's a trade-off.
Oh, yeah.
Again, if you do the short form videos with a specific title, you're going to get the traffic of people looking for that specific title, though. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you're not wrong about that. This is Kyle says, I've been streaming a Nintendo game on my channel for a while now. I haven't got bugged once by them. Guess too small of a channel notice. Well, they don't come after everybody, in fairness, either, Kyle. They just, and it seems like, doesn't it, guys? It seems like they do it in almost like in raids or something. Everything will be pretty status quo for a while. Then all of a sudden you hear about everybody starting to get harassed, takedowns, things like that about their gameplays. It just strikes me as just very odd. It's not even a case of, I don't understand why you won't let someone do that. It's a case of, I don't understand why you don't get that. Allowing someone to do that benefits you. I don't know. Exactly. Big Green says, for games that are heavy on story, maybe, but Nintendo doesn't have many of those. And I think, and you're right, definitely if there was going to be a risk, it would be in something that's heavy on story because people would feel like they saw the story and didn't want to play it themselves. But I think even on the heavy on story ones, I think the tendency would be stronger to start watching a playthrough of it and have people say, wow, this is really cool, and then want to get the game rather than just watch somebody else complete it. That would be my guess anyway.
Oh,
Cheap Jump Scare says, getting married on March 28th. That's what. Oh, congratulations! Cool. We'll have to have extra sticky stuff on March 28th in celebration. Extra marital sticky stuff. It's just getting worse. Wolverine says Pokemon go to Brax and kick him. Wolverine's really focused on Brax recently. Very focused. Microsoft and Sony are better. I agree, Sean. And obviously Sony's a Japanese company too, but they don't seem to fall into that whole overprotective thing as much as do like the anime companies and certainly Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
Lick says you would need like 20 hands to count how many Pokemon fan games have been taken. You need like 20 hands to count how many Pokemon fan games have been taken down on your fingers. I had to read that a couple times to get the math right, Lex. The fun stuff comes on the wedding night. Here's hoping, Jack. Yeah, could you imagine having a wedding night where she just goes, I'm just not into this today. It's been a rough one. Yeah, I think so too, Roger. The thing about the Nintendo situation has to be part of the Japanese culture. It is, and again, I think that's true, and to the point where, excuse me, I'm sorry, guys, got to tickle my nose. They follow that culture even to to their own detriment. Excuse me. I don't recommend Cuban coffee, Wolverine says. Rosalina says 3D All Stars, honestly, most disappointing $40 I've ever spent. Really? Bought it because hype, realized it was literally games I already owned, barely even any texture upgrades, still kind of salty. Really? I didn't know that, Rosalina. Yeah, that would piss me off. That would piss me off. Chrome says the part I don't disagree with, I wish they wouldn't claim the vids they do. They're very strict with copyright. It's a shame because they treat their employees better than most of the industry. Yeah, I just, and like I say, Chrome, I don't get it from the perspective of why don't you guys see how that benefits you? Not that you shouldn't be able to do this, you can't do this. Whether or not that's the case is up to the individual perception of it. What I don't get is why don't you see that it's a good thing? I count me as one of them. Jester says I'm still waiting on Nintendo to DMCA the racist Mario short. Who else is surprised it's still up? I wonder. I don't know what the history of that, Jester. I wonder if it was ever copyright claimed, because with him having done all the animation himself and it being clearly satire, I fully believe that if it had been a copyright claim had been filed and they had written out a good counterclaim, I think Nintendo would have lost anyway. And I think if it had ever, which it didn't, but if it ever went to court, I think they would have lost in court too. So I wonder if it was ever challenged or not. Because you're right, it is kind of odd that would still be up with all, the massive amount of views it has and everything. Jake makes a good point. I don't even buy games anymore without watching a rough playthrough of it to see if I would be willing to buy it. I think, and Jake, I think you would be in the majority of gamers. I mean, you're asking people to spend a lot of money on a lot of these titles. And when you go out onto the internet, just out into Google land, you don't know if a review is being written by somebody with an ulterior motive or something. So if you go to a video, you are seeing if that looks like fun to you. You're not taking somebody else's word for it. So yeah, I would think you're probably in the majority of gamers. I know Brax does it religiously. If a game attracts his interest, first thing he does is go to his gaming YouTubers to see if they've done a playthrough of it. Rosalina says racist Mario doesn't actually have any gameplay footage, so they don't give one. See, I think Rosalina, though it's still their characters, so I have no doubt that they would file against it. I just don't know if they have. Okay, I lost that. I'm not part of that conversation. I didn't see what it was. Ceylon says, I don't even play games, I just watch a playthrough. Sunset Assassin with games costing $70 now. It does not make sense why people would buy it, considering how publishers force microtransactions in most games as extra profit. Oof. It's really getting scary, the gaming industry. They better check themselves or they're going to destroy themselves. Because in an industry like that, when you have company after company, like you say, with all the microtransactions and everything now, eventually there's going to be enough backlash against that. Another company or companies are going to see that there's a market for people who are willing to step up and say, listen, here's a game, made it for a reasonable amount, it's a ton of fun, and there's no microtransaction, you get everything in it. And then that's going to swing the pendulum, just like things in the free market do all the time, because people are just going to get so disgusted with all the microtransactions. Milog says, not going to lie, this notification came at an awkward time. I was in the middle of hosting an orgy, for one. The punchline was at the start of the sentence. Think about it. Yeah. Oh, you got to go? Okay, my space Tom. Thanks for being in with us while you could, pal. Let's see. I'm gonna be pissed if they come at racist Mario. Don't burn our internet history. Yeah, Rosalina. I think if they were gonna, they would have by now. But in the case of racist Mario, I mean, just because you guys know I'm pretty well versed in copyright law and everything, because I have to be. I think they wouldn't have my opinion, they wouldn't have a snowball's chance in hell of winning that. because I know it's their characters, but again, clearly satire. All the animation done independently. They didn't take any of Nintendo's animation. I don't think they have a chance in hell of winning that copyright claim. Chrome says Nintendo's main issue has been fan games, mods, and piracy. I don't agree with a lot of their choice with that. They usually don't remove vids, just take their monetization, which is pretty silly. Yeah. See, now for me, I just wish with the anime companies, if it is a money issue, that's fine. Do what Toei has been doing lately. Take the monetization. If I could post the anime reactions to the channel, like we did with Dragon Ball Super is a perfect example, and they're just going to come take the monetization, good for you. And that system works. They can't complain that it doesn't work, because when I would post those Dragon Ball Super videos, before they even went live, the monetization was already claimed. It's easy to do, but again, the Japanese companies just, I don't know. I don't know why they see things the way that they do. Toei is the only one that I've seen that's coming around a little bit on that. Jack says, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm well practiced in consent law for similar reasons. Lex says, one thing I've noticed that Nintendo have a habit of taking fan games down and then doing their own version of that game, except worse. That's not a surprise, Lex. That doesn't surprise me. Excuse me. You should watch Bird, Tim says. I don't have any idea who Bird is. I am no Senior Palo. No, I haven't seen a Senior Palo. I hate the demonetization on the reactions. Yeah, Sean, I don't mind on a reaction. I don't mind anybody if any original creator wants to take the monetization. I don't have a problem with that. The demonetization from YouTube is bullshit. I mean, they shouldn't be, to me, shouldn't be involved. You're right there. But as far as third party claim, taking the monetization by the original creator, I don't have an issue with that. Wolverine says the only game I know of that Nintendo ended was Pokemon Prism. They sent a cease and desist. Oh, really? Well, there, when you're creating a game, a fan made game based on their creations, yeah, they would win that copyright. That copyright claim. It's just a matter of, are they cutting off their own nose with stuff like that? I don't know. Jake says, I never understand why companies would just take the monetization since that's free money for them without having to do any work. Well, in the Japanese company case, it's because they just have a whole different look at fair use than they don't even have fair use over there. So they have a whole different take on that. But for me, I prefer it because at least that way we can share that experience together. We can all still watch the anime together. So if it means that they take the monetization, cool. And again, it does work because it worked perfectly. But you see, we were able to watch all of Dragon Ball Super together because of it. Doing good, crying bastard. Doing good. Thanks for asking. These days, I've only seen one person play Pokemon Go. Really, Sean? Yeah, like I say, Brax said they upgraded the game. I forgot what he said exactly they did, but he said they made it more fun because that's why we had stopped. Was it had just gotten to where it got boring, like the local gyms. We would go take them, and then whoever else was playing would come and take it back, and we'd go walk down and do it again. And it was redundant. There was no real skill to the game or anything. You just had to have enough characters to take it back, and just got tired of it. Jack Queen says, for fun, I watch football in One Piece and sometimes let the guys in the basement out for a run and tag. Oh, that's cool. That's kind that you give them some yard time and everything. That's cool. Sunset says, another problem with Nintendo and Sony is that they get upset with people preserving older games through emulation. Yeah, and again, I don't. Yeah, I get what you're saying, and that again, I don't get from their perspective either. I don't see how they feel like they're harmed by that, but yeah, I just think in general the Japanese companies are just overprotective, again to the point of being at their own detriment. Well, he says it's ironic because Nintendo had some suits against them in their early days. Universal sued them for Donkey Kong. I didn't know that because it resembled King Kong. Universal didn't even own the rights to either Kong. Really? I never knew that, Willie. That's actually kind of interesting. I didn't know that. Huh. That's cool. Itsunagi says it's a scummy thing to do, but Nintendo are within their rights legally speaking. But the way I see it, Nintendo should embrace these fan-made games. It's good for the community, right? That's basically what I was trying to say, Itsunagi. Yeah, on the fan-made games, they're on the copyright law. Yeah, they're gonna win. I just again don't think, as you said, I don't think it's to their benefit to do that though. But that's not the way they see anything. Just pointing out any Pokemon related stuff isn't Nintendo. Copyright with Pokemon is Game Freak. They partially own it, but it's a separate company from them. They even release games on Steam. Oh, really? I didn't know that either. Milak says the only reason why racist Mario hasn't been claimed is because of the stories about the deep-voiced, lanky-limbed, Lovecraftian horror known as Don Gregor. He's one half of the Flatchgist crew. Tristan says, hi, just want to say I've been watching you for a long time and still really enjoy your content, and your Meat Canyon videos are really, really good. Thank you for providing so much entertainment. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks to that last Meat Canyon one. Kitty? That one, it's certainly, for me, not a childhood memory, but it certainly just did some severe damage to a cherished memory, because I've told you guys, I love Monsters, Inc., and that was so fucked up, so awesomely messed up, that one. And well, you guys saw the reaction video. I knew it too. As soon as I saw that girl lying on the bed, it's like, oh no, that's a grown-up boo. This is going to be bad. The OnlyFans. Like, no, please. Cinema Surge says, thank you for making your videos. I love watching your reactions about Dragon Ball, Full Metal Alchemist, and others. Well, thanks. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, exactly, Squiggly Business. If they don't want people using emulators, why don't they just put old games up for sale? Right. I don't know, they're just so overprotective all the time. Oh, yeah. Tristan says the kitty one had me dying with the mic part. That might be my favorite Meat Canyon video so far. I don't know. I'd have to go back through the list again. They're all so goddamn good. But that really hit home for me. Oh, man, that was so creepy. Jeez. Zachariah says, I sadly watched Kitty 4 times. Yeah, I do the same things. I watch the videos. You're completely freaked out by them, and then it's like, I gotta go see that again. It's like I want to make sure and drive home just how freaked out I was. Ryan Mason says, Meat Canyon and Flash Gets. Their videos hit different at 3 a.m. I can imagine. I would think so. That's good. All right, guys. Well, I got to go. I'm sorry this wasn't a real long stream, but I just wanted to pop in and say hi because I like streaming. I like hanging out with you guys for a little bit. Hey, welcome, Racheline. But we had the gaming stream earlier. And as always, guys, please don't forget, if you do like following the gaming streams, make sure you're over at the gaming channel because that's where we're going to be moving all of them. At some point, I want to play some more of that stupid quap, not on a stream, just as a video, because I want to get... I want to get to 10 meters at least, right, for now. But guys, thank you for hanging out with me in the stream. And what I did today, because we talked about the sticky stuff, today's sticky stuff, or how long the sticky stuff lasts, the shelf life, I put a ton of extra preservatives in it. So the sticky stuff might have a different appearance, a little bit of a different feel to it, but it's loaded with preservatives. So it's going to last. After the nuclear holocaust has taken place, this sticky stuff will still be there, glowing in all its glory. It's entirely preserved. So it's kind of memorable. So get out your official sticky stuff fanny packs and officially licensed sticky stuff fanny packs, and make sure and keep a little of this because it's going to be there forever. Will it retain its same consistency? Who the fuck knows? It's a brand new process. But this thing is loaded with more preservatives than a children's breakfast cereal or a children's card game. But here it comes, preservative-laden sticky stuff, because it's pumfu, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, right in the middle of the week with tons of preservatives, because we'll bang, okay? Flashily like Buggy. And as always, most importantly this is never filled with preservatives, but is worth preserving. Goosh, 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 goosh. Goosh.